Welcome to Fit for the Long Run. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
What are we doing today?
It's time for us to go over our monthly health goals.
All right, let's do it. All right, so for me, I've got several things listed here. Sub 20-minute 5K. I haven't done that yet. I'm still planning to do that, provided that, I can get back there to where I need to be. So that'll happen probably, hopefully the attempt for that will happen in November at the Turkey Trot in Oviedo. I did put on here, I added a half PR. Well, I have one on there, and I tried that in half marathon PR. I tried that in January, didn't do it. So I'm still considering if that's really something I want to do, because I don't know if I'm going to run another half marathon this year. So we'll see about that. No Dr. Pepper days or no soda days. I was going for 14 last month, and I actually got 16 this last month. So
Woo-hoo!
yeah, I'm off to a good start this month too. So
Yeah.
so I'll be going for.
You won't be drinking Dr. Pepper.
Well, we'll see about that. Don't be speaking out of hand. So this month for June, I'll be doing 15 days. We're going for 15 days. Core workouts, I didn't start those last month. So here's to hoping June. And then 12 books in 2024. I did read Divine Strike, which was supposed to be the book I was supposed to read this month. But I didn't finish Love and Work, which was the book I was supposed to finish in April. So in June, I'm going to be doing Love and Work, and the next book in the series we're reading, the Divine Strike is in. The third book in that is called Ripcord, which I'm reading that for June as my trash reading.
Trash reading, aka
actually, Love and Work was supposed to be
for fun.
Yeah. Love and Work was supposed to be May, and Divine Strike was supposed to be April, and I didn't finish Divine Strike. Yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are my goals, things I got coming up, things I'm trying to do, and still got some work to do. So yeah, so we'll get it done.
All right. So my goals, one of them is to start focusing more on protein in my diet, and my goal is to every day get at least 100 grams of protein, and I'm getting better at it. Some days are better than others, and I'm still trying to figure out those little things that you can do that is good source of protein that is not also higher calorie, so that I'm not going over my calories, but I find myself going like right up to the calorie count I need for the day, and then going, I didn't get but 80 grams of protein. So I'm still trying to work on those ratios so that the protein is higher but the calories isn't. So, but I'm getting better at it, just making it a point of having it. But exercise, I do strength training 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I did that every time this month. And I'm working on progressive overload, and I'm probably not starting as high of weights as most people do when they start strength training, like that's recommended in books and stuff about strength training. But I have had a back injury in the past, so I'm starting at a low weight amount, but progressively working on building the strength and the reps and weights so that it continues increasing, so that maybe one day I'll actually be at what other people start at.
Sure.
But so right now, I'm really just working on making sure that with the 6-pound weights that I'm using right now, that I'm getting more reps every time that I do it, and that I'm maintaining proper form so that I don't injure myself.
Yeah.
So, but I am adding, like, every week when I look at it, I've added like a couple of reps to one of the sets. So, and when I get to the point that I'm at 12 reps for all the sets that I do, then I'm going to be going up to 9-pound weights. So
Cool.
but I am doing it. And the other 3 days a week, my goal is either to walk a lot or to use the Peloton. And so I did really well with walking, at least every day of the week, plus an extra amount on one of the days of the week. And then I'm still working on the Peloton. I have a kind of weak knees, and so I have to start really slowly on the Peloton too. But I am doing it. It's not a long distance because it starts hurting my knee. So I'm doing more walking than Peloton. But hopefully I get to the point where I can do the Peloton for 2 or 3 miles or something like that without any knee pain. That would be really, really good.
Sure.
So we're working on it. Okay, and so now we're going to move on to my books, and I have the same goal as he does. And so in May I read Lift Like a Girl, and I highly recommend that you read this book, especially if you're considering strength training at all, because I think that not necessarily for the workouts and stuff, I didn't find the book all that beneficial, but I did find it beneficial reading it from the perspective of what happens when you become a little too obsessed with the numbers and stuff of, like scales and food and stuff like that. When you start becoming obsessed with dieting mentality and stuff like that, like how that can go wrong. And it comes from, for me, I actually have never been somebody who binge eat, but I have in the past, become like, oh, bad foods, good foods, and obsessed over calorie counts and stuff like that. So I felt it good reading it. And so if you for sure have ever had any problems with binge eating or anything like that, or food obsession, or food fear, or bad food, good food mentality and stuff like that, I would highly recommend reading that, because it really, when you think about food that way, you're giving food all the power over you. Mm-hmm. And when you let go of that mentality, you're taking back control over the way that you think about food. So really, really highly recommend reading it. Yeah, there are a few cuss words in there, though. I'll just let you know, just in case that bothers you. All right, and in June, I'll be reading what book would that be? The fourth book in the series. The fourth book in that same series that Joel is reading. Mine is called Breakpoint. So I'm one ahead of him.
It's the Billy Beckett series by Scott Pratt and Kelly Hodge.
My nose was itching.
Scott Pratt passed away, I think, 2 books into that series, and Kelly Hodge, who's his son-in-law, I believe, took on the series and kept...
Or was it brother-in-law?
Brother-in-law, something like that. One of those things. And he kept the series going, so we're in the 4th book now. So
yeah. And like we've been saying, you've been hearing that name Scott Pratt from us for a little while on our other channel, The Long Run with Joel and Christy. And the reason why we started reading it was because he's an author who set his books in Tennessee, where he's from. And we lived in Tennessee, in that same area of the country, for 8 years. Yeah. So it's places that we've actually heard of.
Yeah,
know that they exist.
In the Tri-Cities area, up in Northeast Tennessee, Johnson City area, Kingsport.
If he made it fictional, like the actual thing that was fictional, we would go, oh
yeah, we know where that is. Yeah.
But he was talking about blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Because we knew exactly where he was talking about.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how we got hooked up there with those books, and then just kind of mushroom from there. So
And if you're interested in knowing what kind of books they are, they're kind of like most of them are like either lawyers or sports agents or something,
Yeah.
but it's murder mysteries.
right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And so there is one other thing that I'm thinking about doing that I haven't totally decided on. So maybe I can get some input from you guys that I'm adding to add to my goal list. But I'm thinking, well, you know what I'm about to say?
Do I?
Yeah. I'm thinking about doing a 50-mile ultra, 50-mile ultra marathon at 1st of December up in Jacksonville. So if you'd like to see me do that, I'll document it all here on the channel, all the training, and actually I'll document the race as well. So if you'd like to see me do that, drop me a comment below and give me a thumbs up. Say, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes. I am seriously considering that, and I'll talk about that more in my my Nerdy Runner video coming up this month as well.
He did have someone tell him that he needed to make sure that his heart could handle 50 miles before he did.
Yeah, they told me to check with my doctor first to make sure I'm okay to do it. So
Yeah, he does have a cardiologist, and he already had appointments scheduled. So maybe he'll mention
I'll just mention it.
he'll mention it to his cardiologist, make sure they think he can withstand 50 miles.
Yeah,
You're not running 50 miles
straight. No,
right?
it's over like 10 to. I think there's a 16-hour time limit. You have to finish it. Have time to finish the 50 miles. So I don't figure.
So he can run 26 in 4 hours. So
Yeah.
obviously, if he had 16 hours, he doesn't have to run it in
Yeah.
like 8.
Yeah. No.
So he can stop.
Yeah. Yeah. It's meant to be. It's
Refuel.
meant to be like that. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, there's breaks through it.
Yeah, you can stop. Yeah, at any of the rest points, you can stop and rest as long as you want to,
Yeah.
as long as you finish within the 16-hour time limit. So yeah, so drop me a comment below and let me know if you'd like to see me do that.
Yeah.
And why are you laughing at me?
It's just funny
I know what y'all are gonna say. I already know what you're gonna say. So
that you can do it.
yeah. Anyway, I appreciate your encouragement already.
I thought he was gonna say, "Don't do it. You're too old."
Yeah, you never know. I might have some people like that might say that. You never know.
No, you're not.
Anyway, yeah, drop us those comments below. Let us know how your goals are going as well. We love to hear those. We always say it's never too late to set up goals for the year, for the month, for the week, however you want to do that.
Yeah.
And drop us those comments below. Let us know what your goals are so we'd love to support you and give you any help we can, that we can along the way. All right, so we're going to put a video up right here that you can click. But that's going to do it today for Fit for the Long Run. We're Joel and Chrissy. And don't forget it's the long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.